Okay, let's do this. What do we expect out of Lonnie Walker this upcoming season? This has been a question amongst the Spurs community in which people want to know, what do we expect? Do we expect him to come in and have a subpar season? Or do we expect him to come in and have a superstar season? And I'm going to try my best to answer that to the best of my ability. Now, before we get into it, let me go ahead and do a shameless plug. No, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I am. I'm going to do it really quick. All right, $2 per month if you want to become a Patreon member. I'm doing a monthly giveaway at the end of the month just to give it back to the people that support the channel. I really do appreciate it. And at the end of the month, we're going to be giving away 2K. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. So, Lonnie Walker. Now, we've been watching a lot of Lonnie Walker in the offseason. He's been posting his workouts like many players. And one thing that I kind of took away from this was that, at least from what I've seen, it hasn't been a lot of adding to his game. Just some of the stuff that we've seen. He's the same old Lonnie. You don't want to completely reconstruct the way that you approach the game. So I like to see this. He looks way more fluid. I'll say that about his game. And, you know, he looks like he's staying in shape, and he's actually gotten a little bigger. Not a lot, but a little bigger. Another thing that I want to bring up that Lonnie Walker, and this is probably the biggest thing that I saw from him this upcoming this offseason and whatnot, is this is what he's added to his game. And we talked about this a little bit too. Just this off the ball catch and shoot. I love to see it because, yes, to be completely honest, one thing that I feel like Lonnie Walker has been lacking this past season is the ability to just catch and shoot. Sometimes he catches the ball, he does too much with it, he tries to make a play, but if he's going to be out there, and I expect him to start, if he's going to start next to DeJounte Murray, you got to help out DeJounte Murray to the best of your ability. DeJounte is getting better at playmaking, and he's gotten way better at that, but he's going to need his shooting guard to be able to catch and shoot at the end of the day. And if Lonnie Walker can do that and just not make things so much harder on himself, he's going to be in a really great predicament. Now, another thing I want to bring up is I also like the fact that Lonnie Walker has been working out with Dwight Howard. Now, not a lot of people love this. Some people, you know, kind of against it for some odd reason, but I like it. I like that Lonnie Walker is working out with Dwight Howard. I know you're probably looking at this and you're like, where's Dwight Howard? Here you go. It's fine. It's fine there, boy. Dwight. Okay, that's not Dwight. Where's Dwight? Ah, there he is. All right, yeah, he's been working out with Dwight Howard, and I kind of like it, man. I like the fact that he's working with a guy who is pretty solidified in his career at this point. Dwight Howard is a guy that has a lot of durability, and he's been in the league for a long time, and he stayed fit. And a guy like Lonnie Walker, who actually has somewhat of a history throughout college and at least the beginning of his basketball career, he has let's just be honest, an injury problem. He can't stay healthy. But that hasn't necessarily been the case this past season, but it is something that's there. So if he can work with a guy that has had longevity throughout his career, it will only help Lonnie Walker in the long run. Also, this is Lonnie Walker with Jordan Clarkson, just working on his handles and finishing at the rim. And, you know, this is just some basic, you know, basketball stuff, but I do like the fact that he is working out with everybody, anyone that you can think of. He's out there working with them, and you just love to see it. So here's the question: what do we expect out of Lonnie Walker? And I know that this is going to be a really, really, you might find it hyperbolic answer. I think that this is pretty realistic, but just based on what I've seen with Lonnie Walker and what I've seen from his career thus far, is that every single season he makes a leap, and it's not a small leap, it's a big leap. So I know that he gets a lot of hate because we expect him right off the gates to be like a superstar, but he started off with about 3 points per game, doubled it to 6, and then nearly doubled it again. Obviously he's getting a little more minutes, but he definitely doubled his stats. As far as everything else, as far as his steals, blocks, I expect that to be around the same. His assists, I expect it to be in the 2 to 3 range, okay? It maybe a little higher. I said 3. I meant 3 to 4. I expect his assists to be about 3 or 4 per game. And the reason why I say this is because DeMar DeRozan has kind of been the primary playmaker and facilitator for the team, and that's not going to necessarily be the case. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lonnie Walker almost doubled this, not at 20, but maybe 17, 18. I could see him averaging about 17, 18 points per game. I could see him having assists in the 3 to 4 assist range. And I could see, probably his rebounds staying about the same, just based on the fact that we have so many big men now that can get rebounds. So he's not going to really have to worry about that a lot. And one thing that I do want to point out is his 3-point attempts went up like crazy from 2019-20 to 2021. And I expect it to still be in this range of about 5 3-point attempts per game, with it being about 4. I would say about 38% from 3 from him. So overall, I expect him to average about 18 points, I would say. Blocks and his steals kind of being the same. I expect his assists to at least be 3, rebounds to stay the same, and I expect his 3-point percentage to go up just a little bit, while the 3-point attempts probably staying around that range. So overall, I expect him to make a pretty big leap. I don't know if it's going to be contract level big, okay, or end of contract level big, but we just have to wait and see. But overall, I definitely see Lonnie Walker coming into this league, into the next season, and really showing what he can do, and not just being a guy that not me necessarily, but Spurs fans kind of been a little disappointed with. So we'll see what happens. He has a lot of things to his game. He's kind of a Swiss Army knife, very similar to Luka Samanic. So we'll see. But I think overall, he's going to have an overall all-around good game, or good season. And I think he's going to make a jump. One last thing I want to mention about my boy Lonnie Walker. I expect us to see some Manu vibes this next season. Now, I know all the time we say Manu, Manu, Manu. For some reason, Spurs fans always compare Derek White to Manu. That is so weird to me. But with Lonnie Walker, I expect some Manu vibes, in the sense that we're going to see some 3-point wins. We're going to see some really clutch shooting, and we're going to see a lot of intensity when the game is on the line, because that's really where Lonnie shines, is when the game is on the line and he really has to show up. So, but yeah, I expect him to be a little streaky sometimes, with his mid-range shot and whatnot. Creating his shot, I'm not expecting him to be perfect in that regard, but we're definitely going to see a little more confidence. We're going to see a little more size from him, and we're going to see a little more nasty, if you will. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Lonnie Walker will be the man, or do you think he's going to be the fan of mediocrity? Okay, I don't know what to say. All right, I was going to say fan of mediocrity. That's stupid. All right, I'll get with you guys later. Till next time. Deuces.